You think you can control your sleep, but sleep controls you. And sometimes, if you're unlucky, something else watches while you dream.
It started as a harmless experiment. A group of scientists hidden deep inside the dark web promised a cure for insomnia. They called it Somnia.
They said the machine could record dreams and replay them. But what they didn't say was that the machine didn't stop recording when the subject woke up. My name is Eli. I was one of those volunteers. And tonight, I'm going to tell you what really happened before they erased every trace of us. Because if I don't, you might end up hearing the same hum, the same whisper that still follows me in my sleep. It began in 2017. There were 6 of us, 6 people who couldn't sleep. Doctors couldn't help us. Pills stopped working. So when a researcher from the dark web offered a neural sleep trial, I didn't hesitate. I signed up immediately. They called it Project Somnia. There were no windows, no clocks, no sound except the low hum of the machines. Time didn't exist there. It felt like stepping into someone else's dream. The first night, they placed wires all over my head. A candle burned beside me. The lead scientist whispered, "Close your eyes, Subject 8. Then silence. And after that, I heard her voice. Soft, gentle, sleep now. I woke up later. I didn't know if I'd slept for minutes or days. The candle had melted sideways, like gravity had stopped working. The room felt wrong. Something about the air was too heavy. I asked the researcher what happened. He smiled and said, "Your brain patterns were perfect." Then he turned his back. I could see his hands shaking. That night, I dreamed again. But this time, it didn't feel like a dream. I was standing in the same lab, watching myself sleep in the chair. There were people all around me, whispering, but none of them had mouths. I tried to scream, but no sound came out. I tried to move, but my body wasn't mine anymore. It was like I had become the dream itself. When I woke up again, there was blood on my pillow. They told me it was normal, part of the adaptation phase. But I knew they were lying. The experiment wasn't about curing sleep. It was about feeding it. The next morning, they gave us our daily evaluation forms. Most subjects wrote nothing, just blank pages and wide, empty eyes. When I looked closer, I realized their hands were trembling. Their nails were blackened. One woman whispered that she'd seen a mirror version of herself in the dream, but her reflection didn't blink. They said the next session would go deeper, that the machine could now record the voice of the dream. That's when I realized they weren't studying our sleep. They were listening to it. That night, I begged them not to connect me again, but they did. They always did. When the machine started, I heard whispering right away. Not from the scientists, from inside the headphones. It said my name. Eli, do you remember me? The voice was calm, familiar. It sounded like my mother. But she's been dead for 5 years. I opened my eyes, but I wasn't in the lab anymore. I was standing in my old house. Same hallway, same smell of burnt candles. But everything was melting. There was a mirror at the end of the hall. Something moved inside it. Not my reflection, but another version of me. He smiled and whispered, "We're still recording." I smashed the mirror. When the glass broke, I woke up, back in the chair, but the candle beside me was gone. The scientist came running in. He looked pale, eyes wide open like he hadn't slept in days. He whispered, "Subject 8, your audio feed didn't stop." He handed me a tape. Old, dust-covered cassette, labeled in red ink, Dream number 4, voice continuation. When I played it, there was no sound for the first minute. Then I heard breathing, slow, heavy, and then my own voice said, "You're still inside, Eli." I screamed. They tried to restrain me, but when they checked the machine logs, they realized something impossible. The recording had continued for 7 hours after I was awake. It meant something was still dreaming, even after my mind woke up. Maybe it wasn't me anymore. That was the last night I stayed in that lab. I escaped before sunrise. I didn't take anything, not even the tape. But every night since then, I hear the same whisper before I fall asleep. Subject 8 confirmed alive. It's been 3 months since I escaped the lab. 3 months of sleepless nights and whispers that follow me everywhere. I threw away my phone, destroyed my laptop, moved from city to city. But still, every night when I close my eyes, I see the same candle burning beside me. One night, I stayed in a cheap motel outside Denver. The air smelled like old wood and dust. When I turned on the TV, it was already playing something. An old VHS tape. It wasn't a movie. It was me, sleeping in the lab chair. Same candle, same wires. And the tape label read, "Live feed." I froze. The me on the screen opened his eyes and whispered into the camera, "Why did you leave me here?" The TV flickered. The room got cold. Then the candle beside me blew out. But on the screen, it was still burning. I grabbed the tape, and as soon as I touched it, I heard the hum again. That same low vibration from the lab. It was inside the walls now. The screen changed again. Static. Then an image of all the subjects, sitting in a circle, eyes open, mouths moving silently. In the center, a shadow that looked just like me. The shadow pointed at the camera and whispered, "Subject 8, You left the door open. Then everything went black. I woke up hours later on the motel floor. The TV was off, but beside me was the same cassette from the lab with fresh handwriting. Dream number 5, Return Protocol. I didn't play it. I couldn't. But sometimes, when the world gets too quiet, I swear I hear it spinning, even though there's no tape player near me. That's when I realized it's not about the experiment anymore. It's about connection. They made something that can dream without a brain. And now it dreams through me. If you ever see a candle beside your bed, flickering for no reason, don't blow it out. Don't move, because maybe you're already part of the experiment. I thought the nightmare was over, that leaving the lab had broken the curse. But I was wrong. It didn't end when I ran away. It followed me through the web. It started with a post on an old horror forum. Someone uploaded a link titled Dream 5 Found Footage. The username was Project Somnia. When I clicked it, the page glitched. The sound of static filled the room. And then I heard my own voice again. But this time, it was live. Eli. The voice whispered through my speakers. You shouldn't have shared it. I tried to unplug the computer, but the sound didn't stop. It was coming from everywhere. The walls, the mirror, even inside my head. The next day, I checked the forum again. The post had over 10,000 comments. People saying they heard whispers in their sleep after watching it. Some said their phones started recording by themselves. Someone uploaded screenshots. The same candle, the same shadow, appearing in their videos, even in their mirrors. The experiment had spread like a virus. Then one user posted the video. He said he'd found an audio file hidden in the dark web. The title was just One word. Reconnect. They played it during a live stream. Thousands were watching, and when the sound began, their stream cut off. All of them fell asleep. When the feed came back, the camera was moving by itself. Someone or something was behind it, and a voice said, "Dreamers connected, phase 2 complete." That's when I realized they never stopped the experiment. They moved it online. Every click, every watch feeds it more. So, if you're hearing this now, if you've seen the candle flicker while you listen, don't panic. Just remember this. The dream is listening too. I don't know who's in control anymore. Me? Them? Or something we brought back from sleep itself? But one thing's certain. If you hear your name tonight, don't answer. It's been weeks since the live stream. The world feels different now. I see candles everywhere, in videos, in reflections, even in my dreams. I tried to delete everything, every account, every video, but the files kept coming back, even when I wasn't connected. Then, one night, my microphone turned on by itself. The red light blinked, and I heard breathing, but it wasn't mine. We are awake now. That's what it said. A whisper, deep and broken. Then I saw the candle on my desk, burning upside down. The flame didn't move like fire. It moved like breath, slow, alive. It flickered with every heartbeat I felt in my skull. I recorded it, but the file won't stop playing. Even if I delete it, it returns at midnight. I started hearing from people all over the world. Emails, voicemails, messages from strangers saying the same words. We saw you in our dreams. At first, I thought it was a prank. But then, they started sending photos. Photos of me sleeping. Places I've never been. Someone sent me a picture last night. It was me in the motel room, hand reaching toward the camera. But in the reflection of my eyes, you could see her, the woman from the dream. She's closer now. Every time I close my eyes, I feel her breath against my neck. She says the same thing every time. You never woke up, Eli. What if she's right? What if I never escaped the lab? What if this, the world, my voice, this story, is just the dream trying to finish itself? And what if you're part of it now, listening to me, seeing what I saw, feeling what I felt, means the dream knows you too. If you hear your name tonight, don't open your eyes, because that's how it gets in, through the space between waking and sleep. If I disappear, if this recording ever stops mid-sentence, it means I finally woke up. Or maybe I never did. I stopped running. There's no point anymore. Every night the dream finds me, and every time it feels more real than the world outside. I see the lab again. Cold lights, the hum of the machines, and the voice that started it all, whispering, "Welcome back, Subject 13. They were never testing sleep. They were testing control. How long a human mind can stay trapped between reality and dream before it breaks. I wasn't their first experiment, but I'm the only one who ever tried to wake up. I tried cutting the signal, smashing the laptop, but the stream kept going. And the viewers, they started typing my name in the chat. Then the comments stopped. And one by one, the candles in the stream went out, until there was only one left.
mine.
She appeared again, the woman from the dream, no longer a shadow, but clear, real, alive. She smiled and said, "You're finally ready to remember."
Then I saw it. A screen behind her, showing every moment I ever lived. The same room, the same voice, repeating over and over, like I'd been here forever.
I understand now. This isn't the dream. This is the place you come to when you fall asleep watching. If you're hearing this, it means the stream found you too. And tonight, when you close your eyes, you'll see the candle.
Don't blow it out, because when the flame dies, you wake up in my place.
End of the Dark Web Sleep Experiment. Final chapter.